Sheldon Sundown.
Aho, it's J.R. Lonelodge with Sounds of the Powwow Ground, episode 6. Still haven't got kicked off the air, so we're doing good. I want to thank everyone for tuning in and listening and subscribing. We're almost up to 700 followers on Facebook. It's growing, it's getting bigger and better, and I want to appreciate you guys all clicking in, getting those clicks in. I appreciate it. Once again, we're bringing another show to you, like all the best and what's going on in the powwow world. I know Gathering of Nations just ended. That was a big one out there in Albuquerque, New Mexico. I've been there many times. I'm glad a lot of people had, got to go there and stuff. I, for one, did not get to go because I got stuck and had to work. But, I was there in spirit. And I placed in spirit too. So, it's always been a good powwow. I always like going out there, eating that green chili and stuff. But, this year I didn't get to make it. But, I was kind of butthurt. I had to watch it like everybody else on the internet, on the interweb. But hey, I think maybe next year here I'll make my way out to Albuquerque. But hey, want to thank everyone again, for tuning in to this show. Bringing you the best of powwow news, what's going on, and the recent powwows coming up. So if you got those flyers, like I said, every show, I ask, just send them to me. I can reach out to me on jrlonelodge at gmail.com or find me on Facebook. Click it on there. And what I like to do is, I like to post these on our Facebook page, is make it real simple for everybody. You can print them off, you can do whatever, you can download them. All you got to do is go to our pictures, go to our albums, and when you go to albums, you can click on each month, and I got them posted in there, and I kind of got them arranged in that way so you can see what's going on for this month. And then, like when you tune into the show, I'm going to actually list them off too and see what's going on in your local areas and stuff like that. Or, hopefully, it's that time, it's May. It's time to... Finally, I'm actually doing it myself. I'm beating as fast as I can for my daughter, and I'm trying to make everything perfect, but I want her to get a brand new set by the time she gets here. So it's about that time, you got to finish up those orders and stuff and, get all those new outfits done because powwow season is here. But, without a doubt, we're going to have another great show for you guys. Thank you guys for tuning in to Sounds of the Powwow Grounds. And without further ado, I'm going to start announcing some flyers that we got here. Let's see. Going into May. Can't believe May is already here. We got May 3rd. You got the Crow Creek Tribal School, Wasippi. Grand entry is going to be at 1 and 7. This one's going to be up there in Stephen, South Dakota. Let's see, your MC, your announcer is going to be Richard Charging Eagle Jr., MC Jade Suzu, drum keeper is going to be Greg Gray Cloud, and junior is going to be Jermaine Freeman. Dance coordinator is going to be Carrie Condone and also Baby Shaving. So that's going to be up there in Stephen, South Dakota. It's going to be May 3rd. Also, down there in Texas, Livingston, Texas, home of the Alabama Cachada. You also have May 4th at the Multipurpose Center building. 333 State Park Road 56 in Livingston, Texas. You have a benefit powwow. Gore dance will start at 5 p.m. Granted, she's going to be at 6 p.m. Herb Chink Dog Johnson is going to be your master of ceremonies. Matt Celeste is going to be head man dancer. Lorraine May Batiste is going to be head lady dancer. Garrett Batiste is going to be head gore dance. And Delbert Johnson is going to be head singer. I'll give a shout out to Alabama Shada people. It's my family down there. Hope you guys are doing good. I miss it going down there. And someday soon, I'll come down there and visit you guys. But, I can just give a shout out to all the people down there. Used to live down there in Houston a while back. Love will make you do dumb things. And one time I actually lived in Houston, Texas, if you can consider that, man. It was crazy. But made a lot of friends and family out there. But, just want to give a shout out to Alabama Shada people down there. Also, coming up, let's see, May 3rd, you also have the Haskell Commencement Powwow. This one was a fun one, man. Back in my day, I never went to Haskell, but let's just say I went to Haskell. Yeah. So I mean, this was a fun one. So this is the commencement powwow. May 3rd, Gourd Dance is going to be at 5 p.m. Grand Entry is going to be at 7 p.m. May 4th, Grand Entry is going to be Gourd Dance is going to be 11 p.m. And also Grand Entry is going to be 1 and 7. Host Northern Drums is going to be Frog Lake. Host Southern Drums is going to be Buck Wild. We got contests in all categories. MC is going to be Adrian Harjo. AD is going to be Wayne Silas Jr. Head judge is going to be Tony Lee Satope. Head man dancer is going to be, let's see, Nars Wawasek. Head lady dancer is going to be Mia Bohes. But yeah, that's Haskell Powwow out there, man. Good old Haskell days. Also, coming up on, let's see, May 5th, you have the Restoring Resilience of Youth Powwow. Saturday, May 4th, May 4th, USA BMX Headquarters, 490 North Lansing Avenue in Tulsa, Oklahoma. So got a powwow up there in Tulsa. Let's see. Your MC is going to be Archie Mason. Youth MC is going to be Antoine Hamilton. Arena director is going to be Rob Anque. Youth arena director is going to be Peter Kobe Moore. Head man dancer is going to be Michael Lehman. Youth head man dancer is going to be William Hamilton. Head lady dancer is going to be Brittany Dios. Head youth lady dancer is going to be Jada Lynn Basek. Host Gourd is going to be Comanche Little Ponies. Host drum is going to be Young Buffalo Horse. Head singer is going to be John Artequita, and your head youth singer is going to be Angel Torres. Center drum is going to be the Artequita family drum. So that's going to be your Restoring Resilience Youth Powwow up there in Tulsa, Oklahoma this Saturday. Also, May 3rd and May 4th, you also have this is a new one for me. Bougie Fry Bread. Bougie Fry Bread. I've never heard of this before, but Bougie Fry Bread is going to be going down May 3rd and May 4th at Chota Conference Center in Tahlequah, Oklahoma, east end of the Cherokee Casino. Mother's Day market. So I'm going to check that out. You know, like Bougie Fry Bread. Sounds pretty dope. Also, let's see, Sunday, May 5th, Cinco de Mayo. I think that's Cinco de Mayo. May 5th, you have the Miss Indian Oklahoma 2023 Honor Powwow. This is going to be, up there in Carnegie, Oklahoma, at the Kiowa Tribal Dance Grounds. Gourd dancing is going to start at 1 p.m. Supper is going to be at 5:30. Grand Entry is going to be at 7 p.m. All Kiowa Gourd dancers and societies have been invited as special guests to conduct the afternoon Gourd dance. So you're going to have a Gourd dance session out there in Carnegie, Oklahoma, Sunday, Cinco de Mayo Hall. Let's see. Also, you have the 4th annual Tribes of Many Feathers Powwow Saturday, May 4th, located at Winslow High School Old Gym, corner of East and Cherry at Colorado Avenue in Winslow, Arizona. Head staff, you're going to have the MC is going to be Ben Haley Sr., AD is going to be Albert Francis, head gourd dancer is going to be Deaton Smith, head man is going to be Tyler Bill, head lady dancer is going to be Jolene Bill, head boy is going to be Cameron Nez, and head girl is going to be Kenlana Peanut Edgewater. So it's going to be, let's see, that'll be out there in Winslow, Arizona. Got a special contest, 18 over years grass dance contest, junior and teens fancy dance bustle contest, Tiny Tots, sponsored by JC Mitchell, and also 18 plus jingle dress sidestep, old styles sidestep at all ages, and open chicken dance special. So out there in Winslow, Arizona, got a powwow Saturday. Also, let's see, May 4th, there will also be Saturday, the Dawn of Resilience, 2024 New Powwow Beginnings. Out there, let's see, at Hamilton Gymnasium, University of Denver. MC is going to be Steve LaPointe. Arena director is going to be Randy Medicine Bear. Head man there is going to be Wambly Williams. Head woman judge is going to be Rolene Whiteshield. Head gourd dancer is going to be Raymond Eagle Boy Whiteshield. Head man dancer is going to be Xavier Tohei. Head woman dancer is going to be Shelby Mata. Head boy is going to be Charlie Whiteshield. Head girl is going to be Haley Hawk. Head Northern drum is going to be Medicine Bull. Host Southern drum is going to be Elk Creek. Powwow chairs is going to be Jocelyn Running Wolf and Isabel Frida. And color guards is going to be Indigenous Veterans of Colorado. So up there at University of Denver, you got a powwow, the Dawn of Resilience 2024. It should be a good one up there in Denver. Also, 2024, it's May 1st and the 5th. You have the 2024 Senior Hand Game Tournament sponsored by the Mighty Few District. This is going to be at the Multi-Purpose Building in Crow Agency up there in Montana. Going to have a hand game. Main game is going to be prize money for that is going to be $1,200. First point's going to be $100. High point man is going to be $100. High point woman's going to $100. Drawings will be held on April 13th at the Wila Community Center at 2 p.m. up there in Crow Agency, Montana. Give a shout out to our last guests out there. We had a pretty good little sesh out there, with the Amber Oldhorn. Huh? Okay, also Saturday, May 4th, you have the Rochester Public Schools Powwow 2024. Grand entry is going to be at 1 p.m. at the feathering ceremony at 2 p.m. The master of ceremonies for this one is going to be Butch Felix. Arena director is going to be Randy Gresselcheck. And honor Gordon is going to be Kit Fox Society. So this is going to be all the way out there in Rochester, Minnesota. And last but not least, let me see. You also have the South of the Moon Powwow, the 7th annual South of the Moon Powwow, Saturday, May 4th. Grand entry is going to be at 1 p.m. This is going to be at the Burnsville High School, 600 State Highway 13, Burnsville, Minnesota. Let's see. Yeah, this one. Your MC is going to be Wes Jordan and Kevion Kingbird. AD is going to be Chaske LeBlanc. Host drum is going to be Bullhorn. Head man is going to be Joseph Masu Jr. Head ladies getting dancer is going to be Navia Littlehawk. So it'll be a good one up there in Minnesota. And let's go all the way, man. We've got a lot of flyers. We also have the, let's see, 4th annual Tribes of Many Feathers Powwow, Saturday, May 4th, location Winslow. All right, double take. I already did that one. Let's see, going off to May 3rd and May 5th. You have the Low Country biggest event of 2024. This is one of South Carolina. USC Salkehatchie campus, Alden, South Carolina, Friday, May 3rd. So this one also is a powwow out there. Let's see, out there, South Carolina. I apologize. Sometimes they kind of got these crazy looking fonts out there. And, if you're making powwow flyers, you should try to keep the font to it. So, a little bit legible. It looks cool. I'm going to give it that, but I can't really read it. But let you know, hey, I did throw it out there. You got a powwow out there May 3rd, May 5th at the Alden, South Carolina. Also, you have the Pauline Fletch Powwow, free to the public, Saturday, May 4th. The door's going to be open at 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. at Fleet Middle School, Spokane, Washington. So, arena director is going to be Justice Cree, MC is going to be Alec Bluff, and host drum is going to be Bad Canyon. Contest category is going to pay out, first, second, and third, all men's categories and women's categories, and Tiny Tots as well. So you got the Pauline Fletch powwow. That's going to be May 4th. May the 4th be with you. Also, you have Jason Goodblanket, one of my good brothers. His benefit powwow is going to be this Saturday, May 4th at Hammond, ERC, out there in Hammond, Oklahoma. MC is going to be none other than Alan Fletcher. Head singer is going to be Watan Brothers. Head man is going to be Gerald Panana. Head lady dancer is going to be Karen Little Coyote. Head boy dancer is going to be Kendrick Colley. Head girl dancer is going to be Brooklyn Codesy and also Haley Phillips. Arena director is going to be Billy Youngbird Hall. So going to be a good benefit dance out there for Jason Goodblanket, Hammond, Oklahoma. Also, man, May 5th, this would be the Sunday. You have the Osage Tribal Princess Sorority Honor Dance in Pawhuska, Oklahoma, out there at Pawhuska County Fairgrounds. Your MC on this one's going to be Archie Mason and Noah Shadlow. Head singer is going to be J.R. Ross, none other than my brother, J.R. Ross. Head man dancer is going to be Anthony Kemble. Head lady dancer is going to be Lulu Goodfox. Arena director is going to be Easton Yellowfish and Funston Moore. Head cook is going to be January Fetsek. And also you're going to have contests in women's cloth and women's visiting cloth and buckskin, men's straight visiting, and men's fancy 4, 3, 2 in 1 up there in Pawhuska. I think I might have to make my way up to Pawhuska someday. All right. And we have also, let's see, one more flyer for you. This is going to be the Shawnee Tecumseh Indian Education Craft and Market Powwow Saturday, May 4th. This is going to be out there in Shawnee, Oklahoma. Now, Oklahoma people, we have a kind of a name for Shawnee. We call it Shompton. But there's always good powwows out there. Let's see. Your Gore dances are going to start at 2 p.m. Grand Entry is going to be at 7 p.m. Supper at 5 and closing at 11 p.m. MC is going to be none other than my brother Courtney Yorholer. Head singer is going to be Ryan Goodfox. Head man dancer is going to be Jason Bender. Head lady dancer is going to be Buffy Simmons. Head youth boy is going to be Ulysses Williams. Head youth girl is going to be Olivia Grass. Head gourd dancer is going to be Curtis Larney. Arena director is going to be Tyler Thurman. Host Northern Drums is going to be Blackbird Singers. And the host color guard is going to be CPN Veterans Organization. Oh, so you're also going to have dance categories, and you have Golden Age, men's and women's. Adult divisions, you also have all categories, men's fancy, straight, traditional, and grass. Also, teen categories have all categories out there. So this will be Saturday, the 4th, out there in Shawnee, Oklahoma. So got a good lineup out there. People, apologize. I'm suffering from allergies right now. I think it's kind of hit me harder right now. It's kind of hit me harder than my mom when she found my report card. But bear with me. I'm trying to get through the show. But yeah, if you have any more of those flyers, definitely send them my way. Send them to me on Facebook or send them to me on my Gmail account at jrlonelodge at gmail.com. But thank you guys. Those are all going to be the powwows going on for this weekend. And we're going to, down the show, we're going to start mentioning all the other ones coming up like this month as well too. But here in a minute, we're going to call some people up and see what they're doing out there, like in powwow world. I hope. All right, people, this is JR with Sounds of the Powwow Grounds, bringing you the latest and greatest all powwow news and also special guests. So if you got a guest that you want to see that bring on the show, definitely let me know. Send me a request, send it on jrlonelodge at gmail.com or hit me up on Facebook. If I haven't deleted you or blocked you, let me know. Let me see any of your powwow people out there. And give a shout out to Hawk Hardigo. He is back. He finally made it back from Vegas. He was out there for a conference. He got lost for a little bit, had to get right there and came back, but he's back. So I want to give a shout out to Hawk. He's the one that does all the work here, but I just want to mention him out there. He does all the work. I just show up and do the kind of gig, and he has to do all the hard work. But thanks again for Hawk for coming back. But without a doubt, we're going to call some people up here in a minute, see what we're up to. We got a special guest all the way from New York this time. So you heard his song on the very beginning intro. This is none other than Sheldon Sundown. Let me call him up and see what he is up to. There it goes.
Hello.
Good afternoon. This is JR Lonelodge with Sounds of the Powwow Grounds. How you doing today, brother?
How are you doing there, brother? How's Oklahoma?
Oh man, it's rough right now. I'm gonna let you know. You can probably hear in my voice. I'm getting beat down by these allergies, man. It's jacking me up right now.
No kidding. Is that warm down there, or is it just spring?
No, it's actually pretty warm. I think we're about in the 80s right now. So it's starting to become summer. Everything's blooming. The pollen is out in vengeance. So right now.
Yeah, it's still kind of cold up this way.
Oh yeah. Well,
The other day.
ladies and gentlemen, I have on the phone none other than Sheldon Sundown. Where am I calling to today?
Calling Salamanca, New York, about 30, 40 miles south of Buffalo.
Hall. And I just want to mention, if you want to go ahead and introduce yourself, introduce your tribes and stuff to everyone out there.
Sure. Well, we come from the Six Nations of Indians, the Haudenosaunee Confederacy. There's the Seneca, there's the Cayugas, the Onondagas, Tuscaroras, the Oneidas, and there's one more, the Mohawks. Don't let me forget them.
Yeah. And I've had so many great times coming up that way, like a long time ago when I had that big rockin' pow, Skamitsan. That was a good one, brother.
Oh, yeah, that's over on the East Coast. They're quite a ways from us, too. They're about 9, 10 hours.
Yeah. And then I think I've been up to, I think I've been to Salamanca one time, way up there. But yeah, man, how are things going in life? How are things going with you?
Well, things are going great, man. Just loving life. Got a couple of stores open now, and again, just loving life, helping people out, doing the best I can.
Right on, brother. Right on. And a lot of our our listeners out there, Sheldon is very involved, smoke dance. He's like one of the singers, and also he coordinates a lot of the songs and stuff. And you kind of you kind of teach your songs, your tribal members too, as well, huh?
Right. Yeah. The smoke dance kind of came into play probably around the early 1950s, and it was actually it was created with a tribe down there in your country over that way, the Osage.
Oh yeah.
And what it was is our dance style was fast style. There's a lot of people. Have seen our dances at Skimmitson and whatnot, and different events here and there. And our, our dance style is very fast, and most of all of our dancing, not all of it, but a lot. And then on the World's Fair, way back in the day before my time, as it was taught to me by a few of my elders, namely Huron Miller. He was one of the ones that taught me a lot about it.
Mm-hmm.
Chief from Six Nations, Ontario, but he's been gone a while now. But what happened was that we all go on shows. We all know about doing shows, and we all know about downtime where we're just sitting and waiting for that next show.
Yeah.
So on the World's Fair, there was a lot of Comanches, and there's a lot of Oklahoma people. There was a lot. And then we had a group in there, and we had a couple groups in there. And during the downtime, they were playing around with our fast songs because they do that fancy feather dance down your way, the fancy war dance. And they were playing around with some songs, and they tried to play some songs of who could beat who at each other's song. And that's when the smoke dance was created, all derived from our social dancing, of course.
Yeah, it was, I've always danced men's fancy war dance, and I got to experience this style, when I kind of got to around, your neighborhood and those powwows up there, it kind of blew my mind, the speed and agility that these guys got, and the quickness of those songs, and like here in Oklahoma, it's kind of like a crescendo. It kind of builds up, it kind of goes slow where you can actually show your moves and stuff like that. But that song gets faster and faster each verse. You guys is almost like a bullet song all the way through. And it's a quick,
Yeah.
it's like real quick. But man, those guys, they got the agility, and I just saw the footwork, and it's almost like faster stepping than what I do. But I mean, they have to have that endurance as well too.
Right.
Yeah, but I mean, it was awesome, to see, and then there was also women's style too, right?
Yeah, the women's style came in later on the play. They really did. As far as the shows went, the smoke dance went with the shows,
Mm-hmm.
and the women were excluded from it because going way back with the dance was a men's dance. It was a dance that we used in ceremony,
Mm-hmm.
but with a whole different array of songs and dances set just for that ceremony. And then when they created this style of dancing derived to our social dance songs, the women were left out. and they created a style, and I guess along that line of women not dancing that style of music, the slow style.
Mm-hmm.
So then the fast style started coming in for the women, and then it just took off with both men and women.
Yeah,
The
that's pretty.
men got slow and fast, and the women dance strictly fast.
That's pretty keen, man. That's pretty keen. So, I've always known you to be this smoke dance singer, like this, from your repertoire and stuff. Like what got you started in singing the smoke dance and stuff?
I guess it just came naturally. I've been singing ever since I could go down to ceremonies with my dad, my grandma, and my uncle. And I was always singing, always singing since day one. So then, I don't know, like I said, it just kind of came naturally when it came time for this. It started booming, I guess, in the early 2000s, it really started booming.
Yeah, yeah. I remember that. It was like, it was a big thing. Even, there's different categories, different powwows, even up north, they started having smoke dance competitions as well, too.
Right, yeah. And I'm really appreciative that to share our culture and our ways and get a chance to let people know how we do things and the way they're done and whatnot. A lot of people have different stories to different things, as which anything.
Yeah.
But I like to tell the truth about how it came. A lot of people say it cleared the smoke from the longhouses back in the day, and they never
Oh,
even
I
so
could see
just
that.
like I said, it came into play in 1950s, right around there in the World's Fair.
Yeah, I could see that. I could see that. So, like, like continuing on with this style of dance and stuff, and what does this mean to you? Like, as far as like you continuing it on and stuff.
Well, like anything in sports or whatnot, it's like I coach a lot of lacrosse, and one of the things I've said to my players is all these people on the outside looking into the arena are living vicariously through you because maybe they can't do it, maybe they can't dance, maybe there's a reason, whatnot. Anyway, they that's what I tell them, the dancers too. All these people out here can't do what you do, and make them enjoy it.
Yeah, yeah. Like going along with that, like you've seen this all your life, as the evolution of this dance and stuff, like going through it, what are those changes that you've seen and coming about it?
I think the only changes that I've seen come in was where they made the slow part and the half part adjoin each other in the same song.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then I see a lot more beadwork. I see a lot more feathers. And that's only because of the evolution of time. Same with powwow. Everyone's just doing something different all the time and making it stick.
Yeah. So you see that like as far as like traditional wise, do you want to see anything that would you kind of want to come back to that smoke dance?
No, it's fine where it is. It's doing very well. I love it. I love traveling around. I love when I seen they're having the smoke dance at a special event or what have you around this way. And I always go to just check them out, watch all the new upcoming singers and all the new dancers and all the little guys, little girls growing up and becoming champions.
Yeah, yeah, I've even noticed that you also make some of the regalia as well too now these days, huh?
I make a lot of the headpieces. I do a lot of headpieces for all the different tribes, and even that's a kind of a new thing from maybe around the early '60s, mid '60s.
Yeah,
That they call it the gastoe, our headdress, and the feathers on top signify where we're from.
yeah,
But even that's kind of new. That never was really anything until around then too. It was
yeah.
basically the headwear, whatever they put on, I guess. But I'm a man named Mr. Ray Fadden up there in the Adirondack Mountains over here in Western central New York. He came up with this new Gastoe uh, style that they wear with the along with the smoke dance, and that's what I make.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, man, and it's funny because like back in the day, like you for a little bit, you kind of lived down here in Oklahoma and stuff. I think you were captured there for a little bit, but
Yeah,
that's how we kind of hung out and stuff. We started traveling and stuff. But and the funny thing is, I still have the original CD from I think it was your master cut. I still have that. You gave that to me at one
oh,
time.
really? Cool.
I
Awesome.
do from your album. I was like, yeah, all right, I still have that. I have it hidden though, but me and Sheldon, we used to hang out. And we used to talk about, different things, different styles of dances and stuff. And for a little bit, we kind of traveled. And I think we had my little brother, Julius Not Afraid with us too and stuff. He was also captured down here too at one time.
Yeah, we were all captured down there, and we were very, very appreciative of the battered man shelter there.
So, as long as you people know, like, I used to have a house off 10th and Council, and he mentioned that was the nickname of my house. When all the boys, used to kind of get into it with their women, I had like a safe house. It was like almost like Thunderheart, like we used to
Right,
come to that one like place, and we used to call it the battered and abused man shelter. So when any of the boys would get into it, their old ladies, and they'd end up at the house, and I'm like, oh yeah, come on in, And then we used to have what was it? Wednesday night would be arts and crafts night. We'd all be working on our
yeah.
outfits, and then Friday would be that would be a what do you call it? Field trip day. And now we actually go to the powwows and stuff. But we all take one car, so we used to call it field trip day. But that was our fun times, man. Nothing but hot ready pizzas every day. Oh man, but there's some good times, man. But yeah, and the funny thing is, I never even knew that. One time I went down to that Texas powwow. I think it was just a couple years ago, and all of a sudden you were down there, man, and it was pretty keen. You had your booth set up, and I hadn't seen you in about a couple years. You still doing that? The hides and stuff too?
No, not lately. It's been a while. Things changed. I opened up these businesses, and pretty much takes all my time. I barely get out there to sing anymore. In fact, I just took a job not too long ago. We went over there and performed in Honolulu, Hawaii. It's a powwow in paradise.
Oh yeah, yeah. So you got to get on that gig, huh?
Yeah, fun, man. That was awesome. That was my first time out in Hawaii.
Yeah, yeah. I haven't made it over there yet, So I've always wanted. I've always seen that powwow flyer come up, and I was always like, man, I want to check that one out these times too. So
Right, right. Yeah, it was awesome. We get a chance to go.
yeah, yeah. So what else? What else you got going on up there in New York?
Oh, not a whole lot other than the business. We got lacrosse season coming up, so that's always fun.
Yeah, yeah. You still going up there in Canada here and there?
Yeah, I go to Ontario. That's probably the closest I can travel is Ontario, mainly during the summer, because I can leave on Friday and be home on Sunday night.
Right on, right on. Yeah. So, you got any plans of maybe coming back down to Oklahoma soon?
Oh, it'd be nice. Be nice if I could get away, man. I'd love to come down and visit you.
Yeah, heck yeah, man. We need to have like a reunion for the battered and abused man shelter. Hey.
Yeah, we have to. Might have to come down there and buy a car off you too.
Yeah, yeah. So, but yeah, man. Um, but going forth, it's like, we've always had these traveling days and stuff like that. I remember, we used to travel together, and but it was always good times, man. So
Yeah, it sure was, man. I miss those days, and I miss them a lot.
yeah, So, but you got anything new coming up these days?
No, no, not a whole lot, man. I haven't taken. I maybe a couple Ontario powwows. I gotta go MC, but other than that, I just gotta stay home. The demand for me to be around for my business is it's there.
Yeah, that's pretty keen, man. It's good to hear that you're doing good these days. One of these days I'm gonna have to make it up there. Just come visit and say, hey,
I'll make a powwow.
I'll have to make a plan for that one, brother.
Should be out soon. I'll send it over to you.
Ha ha. Well, man, thanks for coming on the show. It's always good hearing from you. I'm glad you're doing good up there, and hopefully, you can get some new songs. Send them my way, and I'll put them on the show and stuff too.
Yeah, I definitely will, man. Yeah, it's good to know that. Good to see that. All our crazy batch of crews all doing good nowadays. I see one of our crews got a photography going on over there in Oneida, Alva.
Oh yeah,
Julius, I know.
yeah.
Julius, I know he's doing very, very well. In fact, I might be seeking or not seeking, but we have had talks about entrepreneurship going on over where he's at in the Pine Ridge.
Well, heck yeah. Hopefully that works out, brother. If you ever need anything from me, I'm just a phone call away.
Right on, man, and I'm happy for what you're doing, man. I watch your posts on your vehicles every day.
Oh, appreciate it, brother. Well, sure, man. I want to thank you for coming in. Thanks for always being there for me, and thanks for coming on the show, brother.
Sounds good, brother. Stay in touch.
Aho. Thank you.
All right, later, man.
Well, folks, that was none other than Sheldon Sundown, one of the great, smoke dance singers, of our time. He's always been a good bro for me, like always had some fun times with it. And, I even tried for a little bit, trying to do that smoke dance. He would sing a song for me and I tried it, but man, I got to really work on that. But, someday soon, you never know. I might try it out again. But, that's one of our guests down here on Sounds of the Power Grounds. Welcome back, people. It's JR with Sounds of the Power Grounds. Gonna have another guest out there for you. I want to bring all the latest and greatest powwow news out there. And like I mentioned, you got any guests you want me to bring on the show? Definitely send them my way. So without further ado, we're gonna go through my little Rolodex and make some phone calls real quick.
Hello.
Good afternoon. How's it going? Is this Verna Street?
Yes, it
And
is.
what you doing today?
I'm actually recuperating.
Oh yeah. This past weekend was Gathering of Nations out there in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and I know that you partaked in that powwow.
Yes, I did. It was I was the head judge last year, and so then coming back this year and dancing, I hadn't danced there since I think it was 2017.
Yeah.
Uh, prior to COVID, and so it was interesting to be back. That's for sure.
That's what's up. So, Miss Verna Street, I'm gonna go properly introduce you and stuff. If you want to, go ahead and let the people know what tribes you come from and the land that you originate from.
Okay, my name is Verna Street. My maiden name is Hedgepeth. I am from Hollister, North Carolina, and I represent the Cherokee and Tuscarora nations from North Carolina.
Right on. And I've been out to Powwow before out there. I think, well, I only made it to Cherokee one time. It's a beautiful country out there.
Yes, it's a lot of trees and good cooking and it's a good down home feeling when you go there.
Right on. And ladies and gentlemen, if you guys don't know, Verna Street is she's one of the premier, fancy shawl dancers. And, going back from that, you've danced this pretty much all your life or so.
Yes, honestly, I grew up in Dover, Delaware. My dad had gotten a job as a preacher, and so we moved away from, our hometown. And I was raised around Native Americans, and I think that gravitated me towards it even more. And my parents did make sure that we were involved as much as we could be. But I started dancing from watching the American Indian Dance Theater video, and that is honestly how I learned, because there weren't powwows in the area. And I think that's what kind of steered me towards with my dance studio teaching, because people come from so many different backgrounds and different circumstances. And even sometimes when we're raised, right in the middle of a powwow country, there's a lot of things that we don't know. And so just access to that information is, where I started the Raven Street Dance Studio. And a lot of it comes from, how I was raised, just wanting and being hungry and wanting to learn as much as I could, but sometimes not having someone there to teach it. So
Yeah. And you still do that today, right?
yes, we were based out of North Carolina, and we have moved at the moment, but I still teach through Zoom. And every time I go to powwows, if I have time, it gets to be really hectic. If there's a student there, if I can help them just even for a moment, it can really steer them in the right direction in and out of the arena. I teach a lot of things, lessons that, it coincides. A lot of times what's going on in our life will show in our dancing.
Right on. So if people out there, are looking, they got an up and coming dancer and they may need a little bump and help and stuff like that, how can they get a hold of you?
Oh, they can just inbox me on Facebook under Verna Street, or on Instagram. It's under Raven Street Dance Studio. My information is on there, so they can message me, and then I can help them. Like with my cousin, I'm able to talk about it. And that was a huge surprise. He had secretly wanted to dance but never had the opportunity. So we started working with him last year and got him his outfit from the bottom to the top, fancy dance bustles, roach, made by, the best of the best. And he was able to debut the weekend before gathering at our hometown powwow. And we incorporated MMIW into his designs because he had a sister that was murdered. And it just was amazing to watch someone, start from nothing and then in less than a year, he was all suited up and he danced contest, and the family was just inspired to heal faster because they saw, what he was trying to do and trying to represent the MMIW cause. So that was the latest student that we kind of worked with. But I have students that range from, I have a golden age student. She's absolutely amazing. She's a beast, all the way down to, the ages of 3 and 4. And I teach men and women alike. And so it's been a great journey that I hope to continue. One day I want to have my own gyms, my own wellness centers where not just Native American dance, but whatever it is that you need to get to be in a healthier state of mind, then you could come to that wellness center and get those services. So that's my long-term goal with all of this.
Yeah, yeah. And like I mentioned, this past week was Gathering of Nations and stuff. How was the trip out there?
Well, I don't know. People know I'm late all the time. But you know what, though? The timing, it worked out perfect because we literally pulled in at 7 a.m. And that's when the parking lot gates opened, was at 7. And it worked out perfect because we parked and we were right up front. And I actually did some videos that I will be editing soon and compiling. And just to give a person more of an idea of what to expect when you come to gathering, and then which gate to go to, because
Yeah.
it's madness. It's complete madness. It's it's an organized madness in a way because they do have it is organized. But even when you read the website like 1,000 times, until you've experienced it, you can stretch yourself out and really like hinder your experience of gathering if you don't know like little hacks, or you don't know the layout or what to expect. So that's why this year I recorded being in line, where to go first, and then where to go next, because it's line after line, and just kind of to give people the heads up so that they can enjoy it, because it is an enjoyable powwow. It's a great event.
Yeah, yeah. And back in the day, it used to be so many people. I remember coming down the stairs there in Grand Entry, and it was just, it was insane. And like they were still taking numbers and stuff, and I don't even know how they could be able to do it. But it's so many people,
Right.
and we were just elbow to elbow. And sometimes, I wouldn't even take my bustles down because
I wouldn't recommend it.
Yeah.
My nephew broke feathers. I'm like, no bustles, no wearing that. But just having the inside scoop, and that's not just with gathering, that's with all powwows. And I feel like, asking people and knowing, the inside scoop from each, because it's different. I mean, they have the same basic, kind of schedule that they're going to run, but it is always good to have the upper hand with the inside scoop. So I hope to be releasing those videos, within the next year, so you're ready for next year.
Right on, right on. And if you guys didn't know, Verna was actually one of my guests on my Making Regalia videos and stuff like that. She was a special guest. We actually did some applique designs. Remember that?
I do. I was watching one of them the other day and it brought back memories. I'm glad that you're doing this podcast because um, times are changing, and we were oral tradition and oral, telling people, storytelling was our way of passing on information. But now we have the internet and we have podcasts and we have, live feeds. And so I just feel like we're the new storytellers.
Right, right. I mean, good stories, bad stories, it all comes out.
Oh, they're not bad. They're just experiences. I always say it's just training. It's everything that you encounter, good or bad, is training for another experience you're going to have to master later on.
Yeah, yeah. And your significant other's gonna be telling a story here in a little bit, right? He's out there in California, is that?
Yes, we were performing last year for a promotion for San Manuel Casino,
Mm-hmm.
and these guys came to the press release and they were looking for just, uh, I guess, inspiration and maybe some ideas for their movie. When they saw Lonnie dance, they were like, "That's him. That's who we want for this major role in their movie." And so now my son Trevor is going to be playing in the movie as well, and it's a different realm, a different entity as far as we're used to powwow, and and this is a lot different, but he wanted it to be a legit film, and if he's going to be in it, then he's got to make sure that the clothing and the music and that the people that are in it are authentic and that are that it's a good film. So they're really lucky to have gotten Lonnie not just to play the part but to consult, because a lot of times the film industry, either they don't know or they don't have the resources, I feel, a lot of times, as far as consultants. So they got it all when they casted him. So it's exciting.
That's pretty keen. Pretty shout out to Lonnie Street
Yeah.
and Trevor out there
Yeah.
making it in
Yeah.
Hollywood.
I know he's actually building a sweat. He wanted it to be legit, so he's I just talked with him and he was going to get the supplies. I said, "Are you going to Home Depot?" He started laughing. "Are you going to do a pickup order at Walmart?" He was like, "Get out of here."
Yeah.
He had his machete in one hand. I was like, "Oh my God."
Yeah. The Sweat Lodge made for Home Depot.
Exactly. They're our sponsors.
Right. Well, that's cool, man. I'm happy for you.
As much as we buy from them.
I know that. So, you working on any new dresses right now? I know you probably are.
Yes, we made a new scrub outfit for our daughter, and she looked absolutely breathtaking. It was worth all the nights of staying up. We put that together really fast, but it just came out amazing. And so then now I'm like, it's my turn.
I know. I'm actually
Yes,
beating for Emma right now. So I got Cedar's stuff done. So she got her new cape, and I'm now working on Emma's new beadwork right now. So I'm trying to make that.
nice.
I got I think 1 month. So I'm trying to haul it. So every day when I get off work, I'm usually picking up that needle, and when my boss isn't looking, good thing he doesn't really watch the show, but I'm actually beating in my office too. So
Yes, you know what? When I was working on my breaks, because we had a 45-minute lunch break, I would bring my beadwork and sit there wherever I could, even in the car, because like there's a lot of times, especially if you're riding with your husband or wife, or you're waiting in line at wherever, that's extra 30 minutes, extra 20 minutes that you have to bead. So when I'm beading something like that, it goes with me everywhere, and there's a trail that follows. You can see
oh yeah.
little beads everywhere and ends of thread, and I'm like, okay, well, I was here.
Right. Yeah. So any cool experience this year at Gathering of Nation?
Oh my.
Well, let me ask you this: how'd you do out there? How'd you do in contest?
I got third place.
Oh, right on.
I
Congratulations!
was yes, even though it was smaller as far as dancer and drum wise, there's still champions in every group, I mean, you have to give it at Gathering, and so I was really blessed to be able to place third with all those young, amazing styles and dancers out there. And it felt good because I had an injury last fall to my foot, and I had to stay off of it. And I gained weight, and it was hard for me. I didn't see the end of it, and
Yeah.
then, um, I was blessed, and my foot is much better. And so I was able to train not as much as I wanted to, but enough to get third.
Well, that's good. That's good. Hey,
Um,
but hey, you still made it
yes.
out there. You still got the experience and be in that circle, that healing circle. So it's always good to
Oh,
come back.
absolutely.
I'm just now
Absolutely.
coming back from a back injury, So like cool thing is we're gonna give a shout out to like there's a powwow this weekend, and actually cool thing was, I was like, I just like I've kind of mentioned it here on the podcast here and stuff like that, but I recently had a motorcycle injury, but my back is finally coming back to normal. But I got to experience I went out to the 71st birthday dance for Delbert Hale. Give a shout out to the family out there. It was, I'm just coming back, but I got to dance in their men's fancy special out there. I was the only one, so but it was cool. I got one song, and
Right
I was
on.
in and out. So, but I got the place.
Right, right.
But yeah, I want to give a shout out to the Delbert Hale family out there. Appreciate it. Thanks for letting me dance at your powwow and letting compete out there, and kind of showing my style. Yeah, even though I'm not 100%, I think I was maybe 70%, but I did my best. I tried to do my best, and
Good.
that one song, man, it did it for me. I was huffing and puffing too. So
Right. It's we have to talk about it more. I feel like a lot of times as competitors, we don't talk about our injuries because we don't want to appear weak, or even if like we speak it, it's almost like we're acknowledging it.
yeah,
I
yeah,
get that, but on the other hand, when I injured my foot, like I thought I was the only one that was dealing with this injury, but here there were tons of other dancers that had dealt with plantar fasciitis, or their arches dropping, and it was their input and their advice that got me through it. I mean, the doctors weren't trying to help me; they were trying to cut me open, and I'm not having. So I really feel like platforms like your podcast are so important because we can talk about issues that can help somebody, through whatever they're going through.
yeah. Yeah, and it's just like people out there, it's kind of hard as as an athlete to just jump back in it. Sometimes you have to gradually walk back into it,
Oh
and
yes, let
and
me tell you.
and I want to put it out there. If you guys are looking, and I always tell people this because if you ever watch my Facebook, I do a lot of like runs and stuff like that. So I'm always running 3 miles or 5 miles or so. Never base your time on previous times. Ever since if you're getting older. I know, and I kind of realize that I'm never going to hit those times when I was, when I was like 18 and stuff like that. Those are my
Right,
golden years. But, I'm just basing on that, every day is another day, and I did it, and I kind of base it off that, So, I don't want you guys to get demoralized, when you first come back into working out. Just, work at it, just gradually, but base it on the good things, on the good things that you've done. Like I did a mile. Now
right.
maybe I do a mile and a quarter next, but just based on those achievements. Try not to look back when you're 18 and stuff, because I know I'm never gonna get I think my fastest time was 16:56 in the 5K, and yeah, I don't think I'll
Oh
never
my.
get touch that
Okay.
again.
Yeah,
But
as a woman, like we compare ourselves. We're in our head a lot, and when I came back from having my first child, you know, each time it's completely different. And even if you didn't have a child, whatever break, let's say you were in mourning, or whatever it is that took you out, from being in your prime physical stature, you can't look back. You have to look forward, and you can't compare yourself to what you were before, because we're constantly evolving,
yeah,
you know and I think we get really in our heads about that, like, oh my god, it used to be effortless, I used to love to do this, but then now it's like work. Well, it is work. You were just in a different state of mind before, but that took me years to realize, because I used to not work out, when I was younger. I played sports in high school. I just naturally was fit, and I just danced all the time. But then when I came back after having my first child, I was like, oh my God, this hurts. I don't want to do that. It wasn't
right,
fun. But you have to put in the work for it to be fun again, because when I danced that song to Sharpshooter on Friday night, that was fun.
yeah.
That was fun, but it was only fun because I had put in work, so I totally agree with that whole, like, don't compare yourself to what you used to be, only compare yourself to what you want to be,
Yeah.
because that's in the past. And you don't those things aren't in place anymore.
And
But yeah, you asked about gathering. It was interesting. There was a mic drop, I believe. The
I have
memes.
noticed that on Facebook.
Yes, the memes are amazing. Memes are the time. We're in the time of memes.
Yeah, yeah,
If you don't want to say something, if you don't have the nerve to say something, put it in a meme. It'll be okay.
right, right.
But you know what? One thing, I'm not going to talk necessarily about what was said, but one thing I will say, the fact that and we're speaking about Derek Matthews. He runs Gathering of Nations. The fact that he got up and spoke on his own accord about what he wanted to say. I do have to give him props for that, because it feels like these days a lot of the like the grandma talks, and the grandpa, razzing you doesn't happen like it should. So a lot of behavior and actions in and out of the arena um have gotten out of control.
Mm.
I feel like a lot of the ethics that we carried before have been forgotten. And so I have to give Derek props on speaking up. Like, you know what? When I already told my family, I'm like, when I get to be, you know, great grandma status with, with the white hair and everything. I'm not saying nothing. Sorry, I said that. But I'm not going to be picking up. I'm not naming babies. I'm not what do they say? Picking up plumes. I'm not doing none of that unless you guys listen to what we say.
Right,
Like,
right.
for one thing I will say, um, and I back this up to the fullest. I do not understand why the golden age were paid substantially less. And people can say, "Oh, it's not about money," but you know what? Money makes the world go around. We pay bills. Blankets don't go into the gas tank, so there is prize money. So it is what it is. But why are they getting paid half?
Mm.
And I heard that the 70 and over, now I don't know if this is true, but I heard that they got paid even less than the golden age. And not just because my husband won first in golden age,
I can't believe that. It's kind of, oh, stop right
right?
there.
That has
Lonnie
nothing to do
Street
with it.
is in golden age.
He is, but he's still killing it. Did you see him with that staff?
I did. I got a pretty cool pic of us. I think of Morongo, like, and I think I posted that, like, gone from raising hell to raising babies.
We change, and with the times we change.
Yeah.
But I don't understand. That's one thing. But by the time I get in golden age, we ain't having that. I'm letting you guys know.
All right, right.
That's so not cool. That's one thing I will stand up and say, that if I mean I fully, like, high five and commend Rylan Brady for, he must have known that the drum contest wasn't going to be the same payout, because he added to it and made it what it was last year, which was amazing. Now, I bet the northern drum groups wish he had been their head judge, because they didn't get that. So he saw where they were lacking and he stepped it up, which was so awesome. He gave back, and I don't know, those types of things. Yes, it was a little steep to get in. However, I get it. I know that there are a lot of fees and things we don't know about, like when we go to Black Hills. You might complain about paying to get into that building, but you will enjoy being in that building
Mhm.
when it's cold out, when it's raining, because it was raining during Gathering this year. And so those things don't come free. I don't know the Gathering of Nations budget. I know that when I was the head judge, that I wanted to give back, so I did whatever it took, and we matched their payout, for our smoke dance contest. Not everybody has those means available to them. However, if you do something to the best, like, no matter what it is, do it to your best, because your name, your family's name, is behind that. So I just I didn't understand, that. Some of the things he said in the speech, I agreed with. I didn't hear all of it because I wasn't paying attention. But then I kind of paid attention when the mic was dropped. But you know, you know, if you feel like you want to say something, then say it. He's to the age where he can speak his mind. He has built an amazing empire. The Gathering of Nations is a brand that is known internationally. So no one can say hey, he hasn't put in work, because he has.
Yeah.
Maybe his approach, I don't know. I missed a lot of it, honestly. And then I heard some of it, you know what I mean? But I understand his frustration, because when you're on Facebook, people talk trash, man. They can really, like, damage you. They can ruin careers. We've seen that with the way Teton that went down. That's a whole nother podcast. But, like, to speak up and say you stand up behind it, and not just be a Facebook warrior, I have to commend him for that, because, a lot of people are scared to speak up because of the repercussions.
Mhm.
So I'm not going to get into what he said, but the fact that he spoke up and stood up for what he believes in, that's what he believes in, then I commend him for that, because I've seen a lot of people who they'll let a whole lot of stuff slide and they won't speak up because they don't want, to be looked down on or to lose favor or, whatever,
Yeah, yeah. I didn't want to,
So,
like you really want to make ripples and stuff like that. Well, it is
right.
what it is, and I can understand frustration.
Right. And when we're in we're dance competition, and some people they feel that different antics or different ways of doing things will favor them as far as their placing. I don't get into all that. I don't have time for that. I have too many kids. I don't have time. I mean, I just dance. So I feel like all in all, I tell my students, yeah, there's a lot of favoritism. There's obvious things that go on that are shady, behind the scenes. Not all the time, but sometimes. But if you bring it in that arena full on and you're prepared, you will win. You will do well. Like, besides all of the politics and all of that, if you put in work, then it will pay off. And so just stand behind that and don't get caught up in all of you know, the drama of powwow.
Yeah,
You
and
know,
it's always going to be that way. And like I said, I've been I've been doing this all my life as well too. It's always this and that. This person said that, and the hardest part is sometimes is just like not to say anything. It's just all right, well, it's whatever. Walk
so
away from
true. I need to learn that. I need to learn that, not to say anything.
it.
And I do. If you come to my camp, we will talk about a lot of things at our camp. A lot of the things that I would like to see change as far as powwow is just like the schedule and like letting people know what's going on. Information is key. Anyone can perform or do their duty better with the more information they have.
Yeah.
So I've never really understood why there's like big secrets as far as the schedule. Or like, we have a lot of mothers. I mean, yes, there's fathers, because shout out to you, JR, because you are an amazing powwow dad. We have seen you carry your babies in grand entry, just like the moms, but but with that, if you know a schedule and you can plan better, then it's a less stressful experience. Then the prayer and those good feelings and healing can be brought back into the arena instead of the stress. I went to a healer recently because, just to get checked up. And she told me that I was in fight or flight like 24/7. And she said that I thought about it and I said, powwows has a lot to do with that, because you're constantly, who's next? Who's dancing? It's stressful. And so if we eliminate some of those stresses by just posting a schedule, by just having all the information on a flyer, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then we can have more healing come back into that circle and let it be what it truly needs to be.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people get power. They get a big head. Like, oh, when it's my turn, I'm gonna do it this way or that way. But I think you should always think about the bigger picture and what's best for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
When I run a powwow or when I had my smoke dance, I want everyone to know exactly what to expect, because I want to see the best dancing.
Mm-hmm.
That they can give, and bring it. I don't want them to be stressed out about when are we dancing or do I have enough time to change. Like those things, that's kind of like ridiculous and selfish. To me, it's selfish, because that circle is so powerful. And so why take away from it by adding more stress? We already have enough stress in our life, just getting to the powwow alone can be stressful.
Yeah, especially when you got kids.
Oh my God.
Like hurting cats.
When it comes to the studio, I give people a checklist of indoor powwow needs, outdoor powwow. Like it can be but it's also a very rewarding and beautiful thing.
Yeah.
So that's the thing I want to see change as far as powwow, and I feel that a lot of the other little things will just fall to the wayside if we just stay focused with what the master plan is for us to heal and be better people.
Right on, right on. Well, what you got planned for this weekend coming up?
Well, there's a powwow in Haskell. That's always a good one. And then I heard of being in Oklahoma now. There's powwows every weekend and multiple powwows.
Oh,
So I heard
yeah.
there's one in Pawhuska and one in Carnegie. And so as far as the flyers, that's another thing. Like, put all the information on your flyers, please,
Yeah.
because I mean, I would think that as a powwow committee, you wouldn't want 1,000 phone calls and texts and emails. What's your payout? What time's grand entry? I don't. It's all on the flyer. Just look
Right.
at the flyer, and that helps us make a better choice. It helps us be more prepared. But I'm not sure where we'll go, but we'll go somewhere because powwow season's picking up, and with all the training, then it's always there's no better practice than being in the arena, firsthand.
Yeah.
So, and then Riverside Powwow is coming up on Thursday. Not this Thursday, it's on the next Thursday. So I'll be at that one too.
I'll see you there. Well, hey,
All right.
I want to thank you for coming on a show. I know this is, I'll probably have to come back, if that's cool with you. I might have to do another show with you to showcase you and stuff like that. If that would be cool
Oh,
with you.
that'd be great. That'd be
Awesome.
great.
Awesome. Well, I want to thank you just for, like at that last minute, just, you've always been there that I could reach out and be like, hey, you want to do a podcast? Heck yeah. And so I appreciate you jumping in today.
I'm literally in my robe. I was about to jump in the shower.
Oh, right. Well, I'll let you get your shower and stuff like that. But, it's a radio station. So they don't like everyone's going to have imaginations.
It's not one of those live, where they show the people.
Right.
I would have been like, no, I can't do it today.
Right. Well, shoot up.
Thinking of me, we appreciate that from the Raven Street Dance Studio. We really appreciate you and everything that Native America, I say, is doing. We're pushing the threshold on everything in sports and fashion and music. It's just we've always had that talent, but now we're having platforms that we're able to showcase it. So I appreciate your podcast and all the tribes that are sponsoring and helping you with your effort.
I appreciate that. Yeah. Thank you so much for coming on, last minute. Like I said, down the road, I'm going to do a showcase, we'll have a showcase show for you, and so there'll be your own show and stuff.
Okay.
Like that. But
that'll work.
I might see you this weekend, but thanks for coming on.
All right. Thank you. Ski.
Hope. Well, people, that is our show today. We had 2 guests, so when it's nice, you do it twice. And I want to thank everybody for tuning in. I got to talk with Sheldon Sundown, my good brother from all the way from New York, and also, Verna Street. Come all the way back from gatherings. I know there's a lot of talk about that, out there in gatherings and stuff. But it's always a good powwow. And talk is always going to be there. People are always going to talk no matter what. But without further ado, this is my sign off, and I want to thank everyone for listening. If you got any powwow flyers, definitely send them my way. Hit me up on Facebook, and if you got any other guests that you want me to bring on, definitely send me away. So that way, maybe I can reach out and bring them on the show. But that is my conclusion to episode 6. Thank you very much for tuning in. Aho, people.